Okay. Certainly there was some significant troubleshooting that went on to get the CPU board to work. I went with the non-volatile memory, socketed the CPU, socketed the RAMs, changed sockets from these Scambies into machine sockets, so we'd have a little bit more reliability there. I clipped out a switch there that's not used. I had to replace one of the switches that was defective because it was probably eaten by some of the acid from the batteries. Same thing with the driver board. It had PIA issues, so I went ahead and removed the PIAs and replaced those with sockets, and that got the driver board up and running. So now we can start thinking about putting the game ROMs in, since we have established that the boards pretty much function from the Andre test ROM. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the Flippers 2 ROM here. Get it in there. Clamp it down. Alright, well, not only did I replace these sockets, but I also did the modification for the combination for firepower into 2732 EEPROM here. Again, that's fbcombo.732, and you can find that several places around the internet. And some documentation on how to do a slight modification to make that work. Also here I've got the Siegecraft System6 display. It also works System 7. So now that we got the real game ROMs in, we can start working with that. So you'll get the flash when it comes up. This will often happen after you've done test ROMs. You'll see that it defaults to the 1497 display, which essentially means that the non-volatile memory needed to be defaulted. So if I power it up and power it on again, it should go into its default state. And as you can see, the playfield lights are flashing in track mode. You can see a couple of the outputs on. And most importantly, on the display, you can see it's toggling between the high score and 0. So now you can go ahead and do actual tests like you would inside a game. In this case, if we want to test the display, just hit the button once, toggle the, oh yeah, this is the Siegecraft board, by the way. Toggle the switch up, and it's going to go into the display test, which will tell you if the PIA on the CPU is working correctly. There's nothing like a display to help you figure out what's going on. So if I hit the button again, it's going to go into the number 1 test, which basically just flashes all the outputs. Not extremely helpful, but we can move on and hit the switch again and go to the 2 test, which is going to toggle each of the solenoid outputs, and you can watch those over here on the Siegecraft output boards, and you'll see those flash in sequence, and you can verify that all of those outputs are functioning properly. And if you go on to number 3 test, you can use this Siegecraft board to test the inputs. So you'll just, as you hit the switch, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4, 1 plus 5. And if you go 2 plus 1, it's going to give you a 9. Everything's an 8 because there's 8 switches. See, that will test all your inputs, matrix inputs. And this is, it's an investment to buy all these test equipment, but I plan on doing several System 6 and System 7s in the future. So I also have a spare board here that I installed the Siegecraft EEPROM replacement board, and essentially you can take out all those ROMs even that RAM. I'm putting a 6802 along with one ROM, and that'll run the whole system. So we've eliminated a lot of possible components that could fail on all these sockets. So I didn't feel like replacing all those sockets anyway, so that's kind of a big job. And lastly, I did do the fired up the soundboard here. Put a power supply that has plus and minus 12 volts into the connector, and hooked up a speaker, hooked up a volume pot. Now I can hit the test button. So the speaker is fully up. You can verify the sound card is correct. Fortunately, I didn't have to do anything to that board. I may have to replace some sockets. Actually, I think I replaced the power connector there. Not sure what I'll replace there, probably a few things. But that's about it for bench testing a firepower board set. And I just wanted to get this kind of on record in case for the next one I do, so I'll remember all the different steps I took. Hope this helps anybody that watches to get their boards up and running too. Good luck.